I mean, it's already 8:35. I don't want to hold anyone up longer than we need to, so I think we should get going.
Sounds good. So I got the pleasure of being nominated to host today's meeting. Let's see if I can shift. So this is just a brief agenda of what we're going to go through tonight. We're going to talk about, some good news that we have on the team. We'll welcome Robbie to the team. I know we just talked about that a little bit. We'll go over the numbers, and then I have the pleasure of talking to everybody about building your brand as a real estate agent. And then we will wrap it up with an open discussion. So let's start it off with some good news. As we're just talking about, congratulations to Mike. Mike and Randy welcomed twins Annabelle and Jack on June 2nd. So there are some really cute pictures.
Congrats.
Yay.
Congrats.
Yay.
I'll never sleep again.
No, have you slept?
And Golden Renovations has officially kicked off. So Eddie has posted on Teams some information about the renovations. So that's really exciting.
And we're going to be adding that into Dot Loop. That was a good idea, Sarah. I just need Casey to actually be able to do that.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Thanks.
Awesome. And then round of applause for Maura. She closed her first deal with the Golden Group, which is awesome.
Hey. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Eddie, of course, had to add something about technology. I don't even know. I think it's called a HoloLens.
Yeah. Hey, we say this now. We'll remember this meeting when you're saying, "Oh, I think I remember this thing," because this is the future of real estate. It's the future of the world, really. So a HoloLens is an augmented reality headset, and it's kind of like our first step into doing virtual or augmented staging and house stuff. So I'll share with you guys more as I can develop it more, but it's exciting.
And then, as we talked about, Robbie passed his real estate test. So congrats to Robbie. He's now officially a member of the Golden Group.
Another Avon Laker to add to the roster.
There you go.
Yeah, another
Robbie,
Shore. How many Shore people do we have now? A lot.
Maura,
Shore.
Robbie.
I feel like I'm the oldest Shore
Sarah,
person.
Me, you, 6, Paul, 7.
Cool.
Yeah.
And as Eddie mentioned, Paul, Jamie, and Maria are all in the process of taking their real estate classes. So I am so excited about each of them. They each bring a really great perspective and experience to the team. So they have all now been added to teams. So that's really exciting. And then does anyone else have anything that they're celebrating or that they would like to mention? All right.
I know.
Well, if anyone has anything for next meeting, of course, send it our way, and because we want to celebrate all the good stuff, especially with all of the crazy stuff. Yeah, what's up?
Rebecca, you just got your first dual side to this
Yeah,
morning.
I did.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Could have been done a week ago, but that's okay.
That's okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, we had a little bit
better than never.
We had a little bit of a not really. We just had a little delay. The seller wanted to wait, and she ended up going with the first offer anyways, and they finally came to a grand agreement this morning at 7:00. So woo!
Nice.
Yay!
Good stuff.
That's awesome. All right. So, as we mentioned, this is Robbie. So, Robbie, I'm going to pause for a second. Do you want to just briefly introduce yourself to the team?
Sure. My name is Robbie, obviously. I grew up in Avon Lake and last year I was kind of interested in starting or getting into real estate, and then my cousin Jacob, who was best friends with Eddie, I think in high school, right? I reached out to him and then emailed Eddie, and he was nice enough to have me to his office, and I think we talked for what, 3 hours?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then I was kind of like, you know what, I kind of want to work for this guy. So kind of took my classes, kind of took them really slow. I think I started in like September, and then I failed my tests a couple times, and then the last one I was like, all right, I really need to get this together. So studied really hard, and then COVID hit, and then finally after COVID, I passed it. So I'm really excited to get started.
Awesome. What was I? Oh, I was going to ask you something. Damn it. I can't remember. Dang it.
Not gonna lie.
I know, right? Dang it. I can't remember. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, think about that.
Well, congrats. We're happy to have you, my friend.
Awesome.
So, Eddie, I'm going to turn it over to you for a couple of minutes to talk about where we are as far as numbers, the latest numbers here.
Yeah, so you guys have been going crazy lately, which is awesome. So our total closed units so far this year are 63 total, totaling 11,940,000. We have 28 houses under contract right now, which is awesome. During a pandemic, you still are selling like crazy. Total volume is 6.18 under contract. That's total of 91 sides, which is great for 18.1 million. That puts our average sale price at a little under 200,000, and puts our pace at about 199 units for a little under 40 million. So had that Lake Road house stuck together, we'd be a little over 40 million in terms of our pace, but it happens. So these are amazing numbers. I'm so proud of you guys for continuing to sell during a really, really challenging time. Not just with COVID, but this market is a challenge. Like, I mean, how many offers did you write this weekend, Mike?
I sadly wrote 3, and only one of them got accepted because everything's in multiple offers. So
Yep.
I'm gonna have to trade my babies in for house sales here shortly.
Yeah, I know. I was the same way. I lost in multiple offers twice last week. It's a very our sales would be even better if there were actually houses to sell. But you guys are still doing a great job. And I'm really proud of you guys for that. If we stay on this pace, we're going to do something really fun. At the end of the year, I don't know if it's. I know we said last year if we hit 35 million, I'd take you all on a cruise, but I don't know
No, thank you.
if anyone wants to go on a cruise in this scenario, but we'll do something fun, if we stay on this pace for these numbers. So great job, guys.
Awesome. And then we are going to move on to the topic tonight, which is building your brand. So I'm going to jump right in. And, as you think about building your brand or a personal brand, there's actually the National Association of Realtors has over 1 million real estate agents that hold membership. So, where does that leave us? Where does that leave us as individuals? How do we stand out? Studies show that it takes 3 seconds to make a lasting and complete impression. So in the past, that was reserved to how you dress, what you look like, what your energy level was, maybe a firm handshake. But in today's digital world, how you make an impression can be as quickly as a profile glance, a few images swiping, maybe a tweet or two. So really tonight I wanted to focus on, what is a personal brand and how you can create that and what the importance is of that. So really, what is a personal brand? The Golden Group as a team has a brand. We try to convey our brand as an innovative team with great customer service. But what does that mean about your personal brand? So the definition really is a widely recognized, largely uniform perception or impression of an individual based on their experience, expertise, competencies, actions, achievements within the community, industry, or marketplace. So really, in short, I thought Jeff Bezos of Amazon summed it up really well. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room.
That's awesome.
So why is this important? When we think about that with, the statistics that we, I just said, with more than 1 million agents in the National Association of Realtors, your brand is really going to be your great differentiator. It allows you to build your personal relationships with your clients and really become a trusted business advisor. So let's think about that. I know we're on video. Raise your hand if, when you're thinking of hiring a contractor, do you Google them? I know I do.
Can you raise your hand? No. Okay.
Or you can do the raise hand on Teams too. But I know I Google people. I look up their Facebook. Even when I'm on Amazon, I read reviews. I probably don't buy any products that have less than a 4-star review. I don't know if anyone else is obsessed with that like I am, but it's hard for me to even make a big purchase if I go, like if I'm buying a vacuum cleaner in Target, because I want to read the reviews about it on Amazon. So when you think about that, if you're, looking at reviews on Facebook, you look at pictures on Instagram, do you think that your potential clients are doing that to you? I would guess so. You might not even know that it's going on.
Yeah.
Sorry, just dropped my laptop. You might not even know that it's going on. So thinking about it in terms of like a past client, maybe a past buyer, could be talking to a coworker about real estate. Your name comes up, and then this potential new client is all of a sudden looking you up on Facebook. According to a 2018 Career Builder survey, 70% of employers, so in this case, it would be our clients, use social media to screen candidates, so agents, during the hiring process. 70%. That's a huge number. So your personal brand is really what's going to give you the opportunity to showcase why you are the agent of choice for potential clients. You should be using your personal brand to demonstrate your knowledge, your experience in real estate, and really solidify you as that trusted business advisor. Building a relationship takes time, and it can be hard to start. So let's think about this for a couple of minutes. Where do we even start? So this exercise, your 3-word self, if you take a minute and write down the answers to 2 questions. What are 3 words you would describe yourself when you first meet someone? And then what are 3 words someone else would use to describe you having just met you?
Interesting. I mean, just to give you an idea too of what just to piggyback on what you were talking about, Shan, like the agent that we were just talking to, she's like, yeah, I Googled your team, to make sure that, like it was the right fit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I was thinking about that, when you are hiring like a contractor, and you're going to spend, I don't know, $2,500 to fix something at your house. You Google them, you go on Angie's List, you go on, all sorts of sites, you take a look at their website. Is this person legit? Like, does this look like a real company? And so if you think about the largest purchase that this person will likely make in their lifetime, they're probably going to really take a look at the agent that they're going to hire. They're trusting you with this huge sum of money. So, having a brand is going to be really important to that. Not just having a brand as part of the Golden Group, but having a brand as an individual agent as well. So if we think about these three words, do they match? If you think about three adjectives that you wish to portray, think about if those match with the three words you would use to describe yourself. And really, when you think about that, your personal brand really needs to be focused and it needs to be genuine. So, when you tweet, when you post, when you write, when you introduce yourself with like a 30-second elevator pitch or an elevator speech, do those three words come up when you are talking to someone about your real estate business? So like I said, your personal brand should be focused and genuine. And when you highlight your genuine, valuable qualities, it helps to really stay true to your business and your goals and what your mission really is. Think about those three words. And like I said, as you post about real estate on social media or you're talking to other people, it's important to try to incorporate those three key words into your posts, into your conversations, to really help you be genuine, help you build your personal brand. Does anyone want to share any of their words, their three words that they kind of came up with, or three, or anything that kind of resonates with them as far as branding?
Hey, I will, if no one else does.
Mm-hmm.
I said knowledgeable, kind, and innovative.
I like it. It's interesting that you said innovative, because that's what I took away from the Golden Group brand too. So it kind of emulates.
Yeah.
So if we move on, how do we put this into practice? I've included some examples of how some members of our team have really worked on their personal brand. And, these are low cost, easy ways to brand yourself. I know that's everyone's favorite, but as we kind of go down the list, something that came up was referral programs. So there's a picture here. Eddie posted this in 2015. And this is actually something my husband and I still bring up. Eddie had a Scoop for a Scoop referral program, which we thought was a great idea. So anyone who sent him a referral, he gave them a certificate for Mitchell's ice cream. And Steve, my husband and I always still joke that Eddie owes us scoops for people that we've referred him to all the time, basically, because we love Mitchell's. But yeah, I mean, it was something that resonated with us, and I've seen it other places too, with referrals. Eddie, do you want to kind of expand on the referral?
Yeah, the idea was, well, with that one, it was like, hey, a scoop, like a lead, for Scoop, of ice cream, So we had so much positive, we had a ton of positive stuff with that one. Because you think of like, hey, there's some people for a referral that will send out $25 gift card, like Larry O'Malley, for example, at Howard Hanna. If you gave him a referral, he would send out a $25 gift card. With this, it was a little more innovative, a little more practical, or not innovative, I guess that's not the right word, but it's cheaper, it's $3, for a scoop of ice cream, and people loved it. It just was something that was a little more sticky, it stayed with people a little longer. And that's really, I think, what branding is, hey, when I look up that thing about Mike with Tiger King, I laugh. I think of it all. I mean, like, I couldn't believe how many people reach out to me about Mike's Tiger King posts. Like, I mean, that was hilarious, or those, the scoops, I had tons of people that would, Shannon would talk about the scoops all the time. Like, I would always get people that would reach out about the scoops. It was, so those types of things, and we didn't even post them that often. It was just kind of like a handful of posts that we did about it. So, Sarah's like stuff, Sarah got in the newspaper, like for her posts, like.
Yeah. I think, kind of go on the list. I think, like the referral program, but then having impressive guest content. So I really look to Maddie as far as impressive guest content. She does an amazing job of producing high quality ads, high quality posts for our guests, basically our clients, to go to the Golden Group page. I know in the past I've seen beautiful brochures, real estate magazines, just having that content that people, can swipe through and it really catches their eye. Infographics. So there's an example of an infographic to the left there that Maddie created for me for marketing. It's really easy to read. It's eye-catching. You can create something like that, use Maddie to help you create something like that for your own personal page. Local partnerships. So this is kind of where Eddie was talking. Sarah did an amazing job of putting together Easter egg hunt for a neighborhood in Avon Lake, and she had her phone number, the Golden Group brand there. I don't know, Sarah, I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you want to talk about that a little bit?
About what everything was, or what do you want from me?
Do you want to? Did you have?
Wow.
Did you have good feedback from that? Have you heard anything like from the community?
Yeah, in terms of like getting referrals, no, but it kind of started before the egg hunt with the zoo thing we did. So I think definitely now people like in my neighborhood know who I am, know that I do real estate. And I've posted before on our page, like our neighborhood page, like looking for a condo in the Landings or something like that. And I have a couple other ideas of some things I want to do in the future. Like I was thinking about doing postcards, because we are literally out walking or riding bikes every day. So I thought about doing like a picture of like us out walking or riding bikes and something to the effect of like, hey, if you see me in the neighborhood, I'm a realtor, like something to point out that I'm a realtor, and but I'm also just like a mom who walks in the neighborhood and rides bikes with her kids. So I think when people see you overall as like a real person with a family or with the same interests they have, it kind of, it's all about relationships and being able to connect to people and reading people, and however, you think they might want to, connect with you. It's kind of finding that and being able to identify that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Definitely. And something else, just to piggyback on some of this stuff, like to brand with Golden, we're going to do, Maddie has been awesome and developing a golden ticket, that we could, if we have a house on the market, for a little while, we can, put like a golden ticket hidden in the house, somewhere, like we'd go and re-Matterport it, and then have a golden ticket hidden somewhere in there. And then when people go through it, and they find it, then they send us a message of where it is. We send them a gift card, or something, but just something that kind of plays on the golden ticket and plays with anything with gold, like it's just kind of, and plus it gets like more traffic to our actual Matterports to get people to walk through them virtually, I guess. But, sticking with the brand of gold, it's just kind of one of those ideas.
Yeah, no, and even on there you can see Sarah partnered with other small businesses in the area, and so they're aware of the Golden brand, the Golden Group. They're aware of Sarah's name too, so it's just a unique way to get your name out there. I have also seen social media contests. I know when Eddie first started, we did a social media contest to get people to like the original Golden Group page. I think we did a gift card giveaway. But obviously, I think we know the power of social media and, the importance of, sharing your name out there. Likes, I know for a fact, Eddie has gotten clients because I've shared something about him being a real estate agent. And so.
My first client ever was because you shared I passed my Molly Rockwood.
Yeah, for sure. And so, I think social media contests are something you see all the time with, especially on Instagram. I see it a lot with, like this page and, send it to a couple of friends and you can, win a contest or whatever. And then I get sucked in and I never unfollow the page. And so it's kind of a way to get people to follow the Golden Group, or it's a way to follow your own personal, realtor page. It really does build up volume, and you get your friends to share it, and it just kind of expands, which I think is a really cool thing. Freebies are another way. I mean, who does not love freebies? I think in the real estate world, I've never seen so many freebies. I know, we used to love like certain title companies when they would come in because they had the best pens and stuff. And so, it just kind of is a constant reminder in front of you that, that person is, there or, doing business or something. So that always has a cost to it, but it's another way to get your brand out there. And then everyone's knows, not everyone knows, but the infamous unique personality of the Big Bad Listing Daddy, which is Mike Pasadena. He's done an interesting job of branding himself. And I will say that actually Paul King and I have a friend who lives in Texas, and he texted like all the way from Texas was asking about the Big Bad Listing Daddy and how he was laughing about it and how it just like sticks with him. And he had Maddie do some ads for him when the Tiger King came out. Mike, do you care if I put you on the spot to talk about the branding of the Big Bad Listing Daddy and your unique personality?
Yeah, so I mean, most of the Tiger King content was made during quarantine when I was spending most of my days drunk before the twins came. So I had a lot of great ideas to come up with stuff for this. So I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, I am very loud and humorous. So that's what most of my ads are. And I obviously like to keep them very topical to what's going on because I just find it funny. So some people may be turned off by it, but at the end of the day, I wanted to come up with a fun moniker, and I wanted to come up with some different branding because everybody is in a suit and a tie trying to sell real estate. And I figured I would try to do something different to see if I could get, different clientele. So.
Yeah, and I think that kind of goes back to what I had mentioned earlier, staying genuine to who you really are. And, I know that I got several texts about the Tiger King ad that you did, and like everyone thought it was hilarious. And that, anyone that knows you, that just fits your personality. And so, staying true to yourself is really a testament to what we were saying about building your personal brand.
Yeah,
yeah, what'd you say?
I said that fits him. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
The only other thing I could think you could add big, like nothing. Never mind. It wouldn't be appropriate, so never mind.
So moving on. I think pro storytelling. So working on your storytelling, it's really an art, but it draws people in and it gets them invested.
Shirtless Jeff behind Sarah. sorry
ready
to interrupt.
Bed.
So when we talk about storytelling, like I said, it's like an art, and it really gets people invested in you as a person. I know I love hearing the story of how Eddie got into real estate. It's a unique story. It's a relatable story. So, as you're building your brand and talking to people, you're going to want to be relatable, find something in common with the people that you are marketing to, something that you can bond over with your potential clients. Blogging. So you might be great at writing. It might be a passion for you. Start a real estate blog, podcasting. That's the way everything's going now. Start a podcast. You don't have to be the most experienced or, been in the business the longest to start these types of things. I work for a Big Four accounting consulting firm, and there was a person on staff who really wanted to get into robotic automation. There were a ton of people that were getting into it at the time, and he was trying to get on a project that involved automation. And, he was up against a lot of other people who wanted to do the same thing. And so we kind of strategized, and he took some courses. He rearranged his resume to have the words stick out, robotic automation, stick out. He presented at a local event on RPA, and so when people started to think about, someone at his rank and intelligent automation, they thought of him. He had not necessarily been in the business the longest. He did not have the most experience, but because he put himself out there, he started to become the RPA guy. And so, that's definitely something that a lot of us could even do, in real estate. You're posting about real estate, you're writing about it. You tend to then become the person that is going to be the go-to real estate person because of the content that you're putting out. When you think about niche marketing, for example, I was reading about a guy in the 80s who, when condos were the big new thing in the 80s, he branded himself as the condo king, and that's really how he started his real estate business. So, you can target a certain area. As far as, I know Mike is interested in commercial real estate. You can kind of brand yourself to being a commercial real estate expert. I know in the past on certain calls, Sarah has talked about, loving, the hometown feel, being a hometown real estate agent. That is a certain brand that, you can find that niche sort of market that you're going after to help build your brand. You're going to also want to be consistent. Be consistent in your service. What you're offering, you're going to want others, you're going to want to have others expect the same type of service that you deliver for other clients. So, word of mouth rules in the real estate business. You want to continue to grow your business by being consistent from client to client. Your brand should also be consistent. You want to be using the same logo on different sites. So if you have a LinkedIn, if you have a professional Facebook page, if you have a professional Instagram page, you want to have the same logo across every single page. You want to be using a current picture, not a picture of you from 10 years ago with a different hair color, with a different hairstyle. And you want to use those pictures consistently across each of your professional pages so that your clients and your potential clients have no question on who they're contacting. This is the right person. Their information is consistent on all of these pages. I know that, this is what I'm getting. And then finally, knowing your competition. So know what other agents are offering and know how your services compare. It's always good to, keep up with trends that are happening out there. I know, as a team, we do a really great job of that, because it is our brand to be consistent with what's, innovative and what's next in the marketplace. So just making sure that you are, on track with what's going on with the competition. And that is an important thing, an easy thing to do when you're building your brand. Really, the relationship, our goal for, helping you build your personal brand is when your relationships, so your friends, your family, your acquaintances, they think of real estate or they think of property, they think of you. For example, I have 2 brothers, and people will always ask me, oh, your realtor brother or your other brother? And it's because, Eddie's done a great job of building that brand. I've kind of, tried to help where I can and, tell my friends and family that he is a real estate agent. So don't be afraid to talk to your circle of people and ask them, to share a post for you or refer you. Don't be afraid to ask for business because, like we said earlier, you never know where business is going to come from. So I'll pause there for a minute because I've been talking a whole bunch. Does anyone have anything to add to kind of easy ways to build their brand or things that have worked for them?
I think what you said about consistency, I think that's a really important thing of just, continuing to post regularly or whatever you do. Like Mike has posted BBDL, regularly for months and months and months, and then relating it back with Maddie and doing those things. I post stuff about real estate all the time, the tech stuff, all that stuff. I think it's having that consistency in your posting, I think is a huge part, because that's how Facebook's algorithms and social media algorithms make your post appear higher. The more you post, the more you react, the more you like, the more you comment, so spending time each day to actually like, comment, react to people's social media posts is a big part of all of this. It's, your brand doesn't get higher in your social media posts unless you spend time engaging in your other clients. So that's one thing I'd probably throw in there.
Yeah, I agree. And like we were talking about, if you haven't seen, when you're looking up, a business or something and you haven't seen posts from them in a while in regards to whatever business it might be, even when you look up a restaurant and you see that they haven't posted since 2013, it's kind of like, oh, what's going on there? Like, why are you not engaging? And so just, like I mentioned about, blogging or anything, just kind of staying, up to date. It kind of gives your sphere of people, some information about what's going on in the real estate world. And so when they think of it, they think of your post, they think of you, and then hopefully they use you or they'll refer you because they, seek out your knowledge in any area of real estate. So I thought it would be interesting to see if the Golden Group is on brand. So I posed a question to Eddie, and I asked, 10 years from now, the Golden Group is in the news for achieving something great. Let's see what the actual question was. On the front page news for achieving greatness, what does the headline say? So thinking of what your automatic reaction is when you think of the Golden Group and you think of the Golden Group brand, what are some key words that that you all think Eddie might have said? Anybody?
Something techie.
Thanks,
I was going
Maddie.
to say you said something about innovation, something about that.
Oh, more right on. Didn't I say something about that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember. I remembered one thing. I thought I said a couple things.
Yeah, there are a couple of things. Anybody
Compassion.
else?
What was
It's a
it?
good one.
Compassion.
Oh, thanks, Rebecca, for thinking that I would think like that.
So Maura
You
got
paid me
it.
well.
So
You
Yeah.
paid
Eddie,
me well to say nice things like that.
Yeah.
so Eddie said the top team in Ohio, top 10 team in the country, and most innovative team in real estate.
Nice.
So great job, Maura.
Yeah, no, you hit it right on the head. If we're not the most innovative team in Ohio, I don't know who is. Like, geez, oh man. So we're getting close there. Even Greg Erlinger said it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he said that.
So really, as I kind of wrap up this topic, here are some resources that I thought were really helpful. 13 examples of perfect real estate branding. So I'll post this deck so that you can have these live links on Teams. But key takeaways: real estate branding differentiates your agency and helps people understand why they should do business with you. So if you want to become a real estate branding champion, it takes valuable content, strong media presence, regular interaction with your audience to convey that identity. So echoing what we were just talking about. There's another article, 6 essentials to build an unbeatable real estate brand. This was from the Huffington Post. Key takeaways from that is, how to really establish a brand. You want to define it, what really makes you remarkable, understanding your audience. So knowing, who you're marketing to. Is it, that niche group like we talked about, knowing your competition again, bring your brand to life. I think that's what it's supposed to say. Consistently, and develop content that is relevant. And it's all about relationships. Sarah mentioned that earlier. 6 examples of, let me move this over here, 6 examples of genius brand storytelling you have to see. I thought this was a really interesting article. So some key takeaways from that is, you want to offer customers more than just a product or a service, but rather an experience that transcends, reality. So, it motivates the reader or viewer to step into that experience. really when you're working on your storytelling of your brand. It's done by crafting the content in a way that your audience, so your clients, feel as though they're at risk of losing access to something. They're at risk of losing an experience by not using you as their real estate agent. So being part of your brand, if they don't buy into what you're selling, if they're not following up, and if they don't sign up right now, and having a really great brand and being able to tell a story on that statistically shows that it will boost your lead generation as much as 16 times, which is really interesting. And Maddie developed this really awesome flip snack today. So the timing of this couldn't have been more perfect. So, Maddie is an amazing resource to help with, building your personal brand. I think we all know how lucky we are to have her. But if you take a look at, all of the things that we have to offer, our clients as part of the Golden Group, these are things that you can work with Maddie on to grow your business and your online presence. So, new agents, these are some of the offerings that she can do for you, things that she can create. There's her talents are just amazing. Helping with visualizing, making your social media graphics come to life, how it looks on mobile devices, how it looks on Facebook, how it looks on Instagram, single page websites, Facebook ads, the agent site, the landing page, postcards. It's just so awesome. And being part of this team is, I think she is one of the greatest assets that we have to the team. And just making sure that we utilize her as that asset. She can help, with the branding, like we talked about, that unique personality, some of the things that everyone's done. Somebody needs a new home. That's cute and clever. And just going on and on. Email campaigns. She did an email campaign for me, which was awesome. She can do these flip snacks for you. So, making your own personal flip snack like this. Listing reports, content. She did an awesome restaurant survival guide. So yeah, I thought that was perfect timing to go over some of the things that Maddie can kind of help with as far as marketing. And that ends our presentation on branding. So thanks everyone for, participating and, listening to the presentation on that. I think, we can't emphasize enough how much, branding and having a social media presence and having an online presence in general really can help your business. And, I'm here to, bounce ideas off of. I know Eddie and, Maddie are great resources as well. So, whatever we can help with, let us know. And Eddie, I'll turn it over to you to kind of end the call with an open discussion.
Yeah. So as you can kind of see on the page here, I don't know if you guys had a chance to check out in our general teams chat, but in our channel, I posted like a little thing that talks about the Glover U sales training class. I am willing to pay for that for anyone who wants to go. It's a 12-week class, 2 times a week, 24 sessions. And Jeff Glover's the top agent in Detroit. They sold over $1,000 last year, or 1,000 houses last year. His team each agent on his team sells over 35 houses a year. and they are pretty much going through their scripts on how to what they script with all different types of lead sources that they're getting, business planning, how he handles different situations, just all sorts of different strategies on. Basically, it's designed to turn people who are not salespeople at all, don't have any sales background, into people who are very comfortable following up on online leads, what the expectations are on how to follow up with them, and what to say to these leads. So I will. It's $100 a month for 3 months, and I will pay for that for you guys if anyone wants to go. So, obviously, it's a commitment of time, but I think it's definitely worth it if you can, make it work. So that's going to be starting July 6th, just so you know. So cool. Does anyone have anything they want to add or talk about at all?
I actually have a question for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a buyer that's looking in Redtail.
Uh-huh.
So if anyone has any idea of anything coming up, they know it's available right now, but if they have any idea of anything coming up on the market in the future, I would appreciate it.
What price?
350 to 450.
Should we reach out to Jason and Scotty?
What's that?
Scotty? And I said, no.
I like that one. No, that was a good joke, Eddie. I liked it.
Man, I thought at least a chuckle from someone.
No, I liked it. I was muted. I forgot I muted myself.
Man, that was a good one.
Crickets.
Yeah, I know. God, I thought it was funny. My bad. Yeah, but 450 in Redtail. Okay. Any minimum bedrooms on that, Ash? Do they have to have 4?
They actually didn't say, but I mean, definitely 3.
Okay, yeah.
Obviously.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Shannon. You did a great job. I really, it's probably the most important thing about our whole business is being remembered. When people think about real estate. So having your brand is obviously super important. I know you guys have been busy. I know it's late, so I really appreciate all your work lately. Our next meeting, we're going to go back to doing MT meetings July 6th. I kind of want to do it up because I haven't seen you guys, so I would love to, even if I'm having it catered from somewhere nice, I'd love to do kind of a state, like how we went to Cabin Club that one time, I know we can't go to Cabin Club or anywhere, but maybe we can have it brought to us, so we'll kind of, if you have a suggestion of a place that will cater to us, in the office. It seemed like by our poll, there was 4, I think, responses that said everyone is cool. If you're not okay with, doing in-person meetings, I mean, we would do it upstairs. We'd all be separate, and I'd have a mask. But yeah. So just let me know. But yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'll let you guys go.